This is the Editor's Podcast. Hi, I'm Anita Okwechume, CEO of Studio Elan, a mobile videography brand that creates cinematic, real estate, and lifestyle videos using just a phone. Studio Elan was built on the idea that creativity is not about the gear or tools that you have. It's about having the right amount of intention, clarity, and the ability to deliver quality work with speed. So, my journey started when I worked at a prop tech company. We would go for shoots with a professional videographer. I would record extra clips on my phone just to supplement. I would end up editing it, sending to the client, posting it on our company page. Clients preferred the clips that I took with my phone because they were in a portrait format, contrary to the landscape format. It fits the way content is being consumed right now. That was when I realized that mobile videography was good enough to build a business around. It was a niche that could be focused on and could be harnessed. So with platforms like Instagram Reels and TikTok, it became even clearer that mobile videography had its own niche, like I said. It looked good, it was easy to consume, it was engaging, it was easy to advertise and market. I nursed the idea for a year. I decided to take it seriously, even after people saying that, oh wow, this is so good. And I got a lot of referrals. I started mainly on referrals before I even decided to open up my page or start the Studio Elan brand. When I realized that people were actually reaching out just for this, I decided to take it seriously and start the brand. So the moment I realized that the quality was good enough for paying clients was the time when people started choosing my phone videos over the professionally shot footage. So it's not because mine looked better or the professional videos were not good enough or the videographers were not good enough. But I think it's just because they were more aligned with the way social media viewing patterns are. So that was my sign. I decided to jump on it. I realized that people were not always looking for perfect, but something that is clear enough and is relatable and just well done. How I learned mobile videography and editing is being self-taught, really. I'm completely self-taught. I learned editing from YouTube videos. I learned shooting from YouTube videos. I watched a lot of videographers online. I studied their angles, the way they held their phones, the way they shot. I tried different techniques until I found the style that felt natural to me. My advice for people setting out to start mobile videography is learn your style and be patient with yourself. In a saturated market like this one, you have to have something that makes you stand out. Just keep shooting, keep trying, and study your own work. Watch your videos. I used to not want to watch my videos because I don't want to feel maybe cringy or see something that I don't want to see. But then I started watching my videos and I'm like, oh, this wasn't shot well. I should have edited this better. My hands weren't steady at this time, but growth happens when you're consistent, when you study your own work. So you have to keep experimenting till you find out what works for you best. So for turnaround, this is one of the biggest challenges in this space. So clients want their videos fast. They'll tell you they want to advertise or they want to shoot or something of the sort, and you already have a lot on your plate. But this is where integrity comes in. When you say that you're going to deliver at this time, be it 1 week from now, be it 2 days from now, stick with your word, because once you consistent with your word, people trust you, people refer you, people keep reaching out to you. But of course there's going to be pressure. So what I do is I learn to shoot with my edits already in my mind, right? The shooting is as important as the editing. So when you're shooting, you have to shoot with clarity that, okay, I'm deciding to shoot it at this way or in this way, and this is how it's going to go. That makes the editing process faster. I stick to my word. If I know I can't deliver in 2 days or 3 days, I let them know that this is the time it's going to take. And it just makes things easier and better. So some common miscommunications I realized with some of my clients is, instead of focusing on having miscommunication later in the end, I try to focus on having clarity in the beginning. What type of style do you like? Do you want it cinematic? Do you want it aesthetic? Do you want it fast? Like, how do you want it, right? Am I going with your direction or my flow? You have to understand that the end goal or the final reel is helping the property sell, or helping the whatever you're trying to shoot, right? Whether it's lifestyle, whether it's events, who are you trying to reach out to? Who's the community? Who are the clients? Who are the customers? So you need to make sure that you are aligned with the end goal at the end of the day. A video for an Airbnb shortlet needs to highlight the right angles, the space, the lighting, the flow. A lifestyle video needs to show or sell the experience, creating that feeling. So I also try to study what the market is responding to. So if buyers are engaging with softer transitions, the goal is to make people imagine themselves in the space. So when shooting, pacing is very important to me, because there's some mistakes that you make when shooting that editing cannot fix. So I always try to shoot with the edit in my head. Even before the shoot, I already imagine, like, okay, how am I going to flow? What am I trying to achieve with this video? It just makes things better, because like I said, there are so many things that the post shooting, which is the editing process, you cannot salvage. So you always have to make sure that your shooting process is good enough. And music also matters. I think that's another challenge I have. So I personally am a melomaniac. I listen to music a lot, and when I'm listening to music, I always have a cinematic experience in my head. So shooting videos even just complements the holistic experience, right? Because I know that when I'm shooting, this is the kind of feel I'm going for. This is the kind of music that would complement this video. But it's also a challenge, because you don't know if what you have in your head is what your client might want, even after communicating with them. But you're still like, oh, should I put this song? Should I put this song over this? And in this age where your trending sounds also matter, you're kind of conflicted on what to use. The end goal is that you're selling a mood, and you're selling an ambience, and you're selling a story, depending on what type of video that you're trying to make. So your first few seconds are everything. Those first seconds sell your craft and determine if the viewer will keep watching or you have captured their attention. So the difference in editing is, it depends on the client's taste and the purpose of the video. So I've had clients that say, I want the video to feel like still shots, soft, minimal, aesthetic, show the curtains blowing, just bring the apartment to life through your videos. And then another client telling you they don't want transitions, they want everything clean, no fade outs. So those things change the direction of how you edit and even how you shoot. My go-to tools for shooting is, of course, CapCut. So CapCut has everything, and now even with the Pro version, so there's so many things to discover every time when you get on the app. There's also Lightroom, there's Adobe. I don't use those ones as much because CapCut is like number one, but there are other things that you can explore with those other apps. Color correction with the Lightroom and Adobe. LumaFusion, if you want like more detailed editing. So for shooting, of course, I use my iPhone. And it's so funny because I don't even use the latest iPhone. I use an iPhone 13 Pro Max, and people are always like, how's your video so clear? Like, how is it so sharp? I might have done, a little bit of tweaking the exposure, the brilliance and the brightness. Let's not go so deep into the editing. It's not about having like the latest phones and all. It's just about using what you have to the maximum capacity. So, but I also use my gimbal, my DJI, my Osmo Mobile gimbal. It helps me a lot. It just makes my hand steady. It simplifies the whole process. So, how do I organize files for, let's say, 24 to 48 hours? Sometimes things are done like last minute and all. But what helps me is when shooting, do not overshoot. The problem with having so many options is that you take more time in deciding what you want, right? So I don't overshoot. I only shoot what I need. And because I already know how I want the edit to go, I just pick out what I need. And this reduces the editing time and helps me deliver better. For a new person trying to venture into this business, understand the basic market analysis. Because in a saturated market, you have to understand what the market is saying. And if you want to then go a bit further to increase your prices, you need to make sure that you're adding a unique value to what you're giving your clients, because they can as well just go to other people that are doing it. Then also, I always say this: integrity. But that's the first business tip I give to people. Be a person of your word. If you say you're going to deliver at this time, do it. If the shoot time is fixed for a particular time and you're running late, communicate. Do not leave your clients in the dark waiting for you and calling you. Be consistent, be reliable. All these traits, once you then show people that this is who you are, this automatically justifies your pricing, really, and you get more referrals. And always stay flexible. Every project is different. You cannot do two different projects the same way, except it's what your client wants. But always have that sense of flexibility for your clients. So my advice and next steps is, firstly, this is becoming an AI generated world. So for AI, it's like my online course. So when there's an edit I do not understand, I ask AI to break it down. It helps me with the B-roll ideas, how do you pace. Like there's some edits that I see online and I don't know how to find them on CapCut or any editing app I'm using. And I just ask ChatGPT, that's my best friend by the way, I ask ChatGPT, okay, there's this edit I saw, it looks like this, it goes like this. ChatGPT suggests like a couple of different flows that could be it, and I try it and I realize that okay, yes, this is what it is. It helps you speed up your learning and just upgrades your work. Two quick ways to improve your video quality: make sure that lighting is good, make sure your shots are steady. You also need to master your tool. Whether you're using your phone, whether you're using your camera, when you use your cinematic, when you use your HD, when you use your 4K. So I always tell people that when I'm shooting people, I use cinematic a lot. When I'm shooting like still shots, I don't use cinematic a lot because it's about showing the details, but cinematic blurs out the rest. So basically, you need to know when you're using what. So some tactics for attracting the best type of clients is just basically showing them what they want to see. And it's also showing them what they didn't think about initially. So you need to make the videos feel clean, aspirational. People should be interested when they watch it. People should want to say, oh wow, this is really nice, I need your services. When your clients see that your work reflects what sells, they reach out naturally. When I started, it took me a long time before people started reaching out to me, and I just kept doing what I was doing. I already had a whole load of videos to push out, but I wasn't getting like new ones, and I just kept posting. I kept finding ways to edit what I had already done and push it out there. But once it's out there, it just takes one eyes to see, one referral, and you're there.